What's up, friends? What do we got here? Got a box. It's a little hint. So in this box, I've got my new racing screen, and I'm gonna take it out and get on the bike. So let's get to it. So as a reminder, before I get the screen on, this is what the stock screen looks like. There's that. And then we'll get the dark smoke going on and see how that looks. Basically, I just gotta take off these 4 screws here and replace it. Should be pretty easy. So this is what came in the box. Came with a little poster. And then here's the dark smoke screen. Oh, there it is, without the shield, naked. Okay, so the screen is off, and there's 2 levels. So if you screw it into the top, your screen is going to be a little higher, or if you screw it in the bottom, it'll be a little lower. So I'm going to try the lower position first and see how that works. I think it looks a little better lower. I'm going to try that, and then they give you these 4. I'm going to put these in later. But whatever hole I don't decide to use, you just plug. So if I go with the upper one, I'm just going to put the little plug in here and plug those up. And then over here, once you take the screen off, the screen has these metal, I don't know what you call these, grommets with the big rubber washers. You got to remove those. There's 4 of them, and then put them in the new screen. So they're just, you're gonna pinch them. They're kind of, here you can see. This part, the metal part, just pulls right out. And then this washer part, you just kind of pick at it. Try from this side. Yeah, it's easier to take it out from this side. So that's what comes out. So you just gotta put those in the other one. All right, now comes the fun part. Trying to put this on. Seeing that this is a very dark color, it's hard to match up the holes. Okay, that's it. And it pops up, pops down. Now the bike really looks like Darth Vader. Okay, so here I got the old screen. They're pretty much the same size. There's a little bit of a difference in the design. The original screen, go over here and check it out. The original screen pops out here. This one doesn't. And then over here, you'll see there's a lip across the top here. This one doesn't have one. This lip is supposed to be, from what I read, this is for rain. So as the rain shoots up the screen, it hits this and then shoots off to the side instead of in your face. And some people said it's, helps with the swirling wind behind, but others I've seen said that this actually this lip can cause the problem of the buffeting and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see if how this one works with the buffeting, because I like it with the screen down is fine, but once I get in the freeway and go up 70, 80 mile an hour speeds, I pop the screen up and it creates a lot of buffeting, this one, on my helmet. So I'm gonna test this one out and see how that works out. And if it's still buffeting, then I'm going to move this to the next pegs, to the higher one, to see if that helps. But I'm going to go check it out now. Test ride. See you later. Okay friends, I'm back test riding just down the street a little bit, and I could already feel a lot more wind pulling in on the sides. With the stock BMW screen here, it stuck out further and it had a bubble there, so I could feel the wind coming right around that, hitting me in the helmet. First off, I'm very happy with the looks. I think it looks cool. We're dealing with form and function here, so form and its aesthetics I think is very cool. But like I said, this is in the down position, so I'm going to head up to the freeway and see if I notice any difference. Unfortunately, I don't have time today to do to move the screen up to the higher notches, because there's one more notch I can move the screen up a little bit. And if the wind is buffeting on this today, I can move it up one more notch, but I don't have time to do that today. I'll make another video for that one. I watched a video from a YouTuber named MotoMike70. It was a very honest and nice video about his decision to sell or trade in, I don't know what he did, his Harley, which he had 3 different Harleys over a period of time, and dumped a lot of money into them, customizing them and all that. And sitting down and working out the math and the amount of time and effort he put into his Harleys, he decided to switch to a BMW GS, and he just felt that that fit what he wanted. And I really related to that video because I had been away from, I'm going to pass the freeway here and just finish up this discussion, and then I'll head back. But anyways, I had been away from motorcycling for many years. And I grew up around Harleys and Japanese sport bikes, so I had an affinity for both. I really enjoyed the looks of both, the sounds of both. They both fit different styles of riding, and I enjoyed both of those kind of riding positions. So after almost 30 years away from motorcycles, when I got a chance to get back into it, I immediately went to the Harley dealer. And I was like, I'm getting a Harley, and I had my sights set on a Sport Glide. And I did the math, sat down, and then I just said, well, let me look at what else is in the market. And Indian and Japanese bikes and Triumph and Ducati and BMW. I just started looking at everything. And then I realized very quickly, I was like, gosh, this Sport Glide, I'm going to buy it, and right out of the gate, I'm going to dump another $4,000 into it because I got to change the pipes, got to change the handlebars, and the particular bike I was looking at, I had to add forward controls. And I was like, no, well, actually, it was a Sport Glide or a Lowrider S. Those were the two I was looking at. But anyways, at the end, the bike was going to cost me about $23,000 out the door. And I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. And it didn't take long for me to look at, sorry, that was a long light. It didn't take me long to realize, wow, you know, BMW, the one I'm driving right now, was about $5,000, $4,000 less than that out the door, and came with a whole bunch of tech. And I've added things to this today. This was $100, $120. Rim decals to put the red accent on the rims. I mean, so far I've only spent in the add-ons, I think, about $300. And the only other thing I'm considering doing is getting a pipe, slip-on, which is about $900. But from the tech side, this comes with so much stuff. I mean, I've outlined it in my other videos, but the dynamic suspension and ABS Pro, Quick Shifter Pro, cruise control, heated grips, automatic traction control. I mean, you name it, it's all here. And to top it off, one of the best things about it, and I encourage you to check out Mike's video, especially if you're a Harley guy. I mean, I love Harley, still love them. Sound, look, all that stuff. It just comes down to bang for your buck. Like, how much am I paying for this, and what am I getting in return? And yeah, check out his video. The one thing he didn't really touch too much on, which is an amazing part of this newer line of BMWs, is this TFT screen here is awesome. I mean, it's just amazing. He touched on it in his video about the whiz control and this thing, but the screen itself is just awesome. But yeah, no, I think Harley really needs to start offering, you know, a lot more for what they're selling. Like, you know, people are spending, you know, they got to change the lights out to LEDs. There's just a lot of things you got to change on a Harley, not only to make it yours, but also to kind of bring it up to speed with today's tech on other bikes. Even Indian has some nice, in their Chief, I saw they have a nice big kind of TFT round digital outreach, which looks pretty cool. But again, I'm not hating on Harley, it's just the kind of bang for the buck type thing. And I do, if the money gods are nice to me, nice to all of us, I'd love to get another motorcycle and keep this. I don't want to sell this. I love this bike. But get another bike, and it would definitely be a cruiser. And I'm looking at Indian Chief with forward controls and all that. And it's the one I was looking at is going to be about $2,000 to $3,000 less than the equivalent Harley. And you know, again, you got to customize Indians too. But it already has some decent tech on it that you wouldn't need to really worry about changing. But that's it about Harley. So check that out. I'll put a link. You can check out Mike's video. And as of recently, I think all his future videos are going to be more about his BMW GS. But all his earlier videos, he's got a lot of content. It's all mostly about his Harleys and all the things he's done to his Harleys. And so, and Mike's not bashing on Harley either. I mean, he really, in his videos, seems to like them and all that. It just, again, comes down to the economics of it. But anyways, all right, I'm going to do a U-turn. That's enough about Harley. And head out to the highway, and see how this new windscreen performs. So catch it a little bit. So we're coming up to the freeway here, so let me pull up my windscreen. Okay, so there we go. Let's see how this works out. So if this isn't enough, I can go another inch higher. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so I can still feel some buffeting on my helmet. It's different. I'm going 75, so that's pretty much highway speed. Yeah, I'm still getting a bit of buffeting. It's different. It's not as loud as the standard screen. It's manageable. I'm getting hit with some crosswind, but that's has nothing to do with the windscreen. Yeah, I think if I move this up an inch to the top pegs, it'll probably be pretty good. I was considering getting one of those wind spoilers that goes on top. There we go, let's push the speed a little bit more. Yeah, again, there's a lot of buffeting, but it's not as bad. But anyways, yeah, I was considering getting one of those wind spoilers, you know, that goes on top of here to deflect the wind. But maybe with this in the next position up, I won't need one, which would be nice. Because I really don't like the look of that thing, you know, the spoiler's just sitting, kind of hanging out on top of your windscreen there. But comfort is utmost when you're doing long hauls. Excuse me, just burped, gross. Sorry about that. But I don't do a lot of long hauls, but you know, if you're on the freeway for 2-3 hours, 5 hours at a clip, you definitely want to be comfortable. And wind spoiler or a bigger screen is definitely the ticket. Alright, well that's it for today's video. I'm gonna just cruise up here once I get rid of this traffic and head home because I got stuff to do.